Namaste children, welcome back to new session of our science chapter, block 18, soil. Soil is one of the important natural resource. Natural resource means that is formed by the nature, which is available in a plenty of quantity, easily can be formed. So we are saying it as a natural resource. Such a natural resource is one of the major important factor for our life because we people are living on the soil. We are using the soil for so many works. We are depending on the plants for food. Those plants depending on the plants soil for the photosynthesis process. So soil is having n number of uses in our day-to-day life. So in our block 18, we are going to learn about soil in detail. Yes. So as a part of it, at first in our LP1, we are going to learn about how the soil is formed. What is the composition of soil? So the main aim of our today's class is to learn about composition and formation of soil. So this soil, yes, at first in our today's LP1, when you will come across, you are going to learn some of the keywords like the first keyword, that is weathering. Weathering means it is a process where the big rocks that will break down by the action of either a sun or a wind or a heavy rainfall. The formation of soil from a big rocks, it's called your weathering.
Weathering. Breakdown of rocks by the action of the sun, wind, or rain.
Yes. So the next keyword that we will come across in our today's class, that is natural resources. The second keyword that we will come across, that is our natural resources. So natural resources means the materials that are found in the nature that are used for our needs, like your soil, light, water, air. These are all called your natural resources.
Natural resources. Materials found naturally that can be used for our needs.
Now the third keyword, that is organic matter. So organic matter means some of the materials that are formed from the waste produced by plants and animals, like an animal excreta, the dried leaves, dried bark. All these are the waste materials. So when this waste material, it is degraded, means decomposed, broke down into further small particles within the soil, then it becomes as a organic matter.
Organic matter. Materials formed from the waste materials of plants and animals.
So these are the three keywords that we will come across in our lesson, composition and formation of soil. So first of all, let us understand how the soil is formed. So to understand that how the soil is formed, at first we should have some of the resources like a rock, then a hammer, rock and a hammer like this. Okay, so then have a picture of these different stages in the formation of soil. Take a click of this picture and keep with you so that we will start doing our activity. Okay children, so as a part of our activity, at first we are having a rock in our hand, and this rock, it becomes as the parental material. Parental material means the material from where your soil it is forming now. So have a rock in your hand, and with the help of a hammer or a stone, start breaking this rock. When you will start breaking this rock, you are able to get some small gravel or small soil particles. Okay, yes. So when you will break this rock with a hammer, yes, that is your physical action what you are doing. So when you will break this rock with a hammer, you always will get a small rocks or small stones. Okay children, so like that there are some other processes are also happening in the nature that are making the soil. So how those processes are acting, let us see now. So there are some different factors that are responsible for the formation of your soil. So in that some different factors, the first and foremost factor, that is your sunlight. So due to the heat of the sun, yes, the soil, the big parental materials like these rocks, they will break down into smaller pieces, smaller rocks. If not sun, because of heavy rainfall, because of the water pressure, like in the picture B you can see, because of the heavy rainfall, now the parental materials, they will break down into smaller particles, or else by the action of wind and animal action, now the parental materials, that is the big rocks, they will break down into smaller particles. So when the soil it is forming, there are some different steps that are involved in the formation of soil. The first and foremost one, that is due to the action of your sunlight, animal action, rainfall or wind, your particular soil, it will break down into smaller particles. So when that smaller particles are break down, now all these rocks, yes, the smaller particles, now they will try to settle down at the top, and the heavier rocks, the bigger rocks, they will try to go down. So when these smaller rocks, they are trying to settle down at the top, you can able to find out some organic matter, it will start forming on it. Organic matter means the materials that are formed by the waste materials of plants and animals. Here at the top you can see it. So once the organic material it is formed, now such type of soil, yes, it is able to hold the water, it can able to seep the water inside it, and it can store the water. So when it is able to store the water, now plants will start growing in it. So when the plants are starting growing in it, now the small soil particles will further get crumbled, and they will try to settle down at the bottom, and the finite soil with a rich organic matter, you even can say it as a fertile soil, it is present at the top of the soil. The big rocks will settle down at the bottom, the small soil granules, the big rocks, they will settle down at the bottom, small rocks at the middle, and the finite soil, it is present on the top, which is the fertile soil where plants will grow. Now such a soil formation, here you are having 4 different steps. Now you people are going to arrange these 4 different pictures in sequential order, because here they are present in a jumbled manner. So in our activity, after breaking the stone, when you will understand that big parental rocks are break down into smaller soil particles, now the steps of soil formation takes place. So here the first picture, that is your B, where you can see a heavy rainfall leads to the formation or breakdown of big rocks into soil. Now the second number goes to your D, because once the big rocks are break down, the big sized ones are getting settled down, smaller ones are present here, and now the organic matter, it is started forming. Okay, so now the third number goes to picture A, where you can see that as the organic matter it is forming, now it is suitable for the plant growth, and further these soils, they are getting settled down at the bottom. So the picture 4 becomes your C. So now we understood what are the different steps that are related to the soil formation. Okay, so now what are the different uses of soil? Is soil is useful to us, or in where and how we are using the soil? So if you will see, the first and foremost use, by seeing this picture itself, we can say that soil, it is very much useful for the plants to grow. Yes, soil is a place where the plants that are growing. So it is a suitable area where your plants are growing. Yes, how they are growing? So when the plants that are growing, the plant roots are get fixed into the soil, and these are giving a support to the plant body, so that plant can withstand upright and it can hold the entire weight on it. Now after that, the next one, if you will see, you can find some small snails, earthworms, ants, all these organisms in the soil. That means along with the plant growth, soil, it is a place where it is giving shelter to number of living organisms like ants, earthworms, snails, and even a number of microorganisms. Okay, now even some animals like your squirrels, rats, rodents, we will say those animals. So now those rodents, they will make small holes in the soil and they will live inside the soil. That means soil, it is not only giving shelter to the earthworms, ants, it is even giving a shelter to the squirrels and rats. And now in our case, if we'll see, soil, it is one of the material that is used to construct the buildings. So definitely soil, it is useful to us. It's one of the material that is used to construct the buildings. And even we are using the soil, especially the clayey soil, to make the pots. So like that, there are different uses of soils are there that are very much helpful to us in our day-to-day life. So now after completing the activity, so now let's have a quick look on a small video, children.
Soil is made up of different components. Soil is formed from large rocks that break down due to heat, wind, and rainfall. As the rocks break down, water seeps inside and organic matter is formed. Gradually, the soil separates into layers and plants begin to grow.
So now after watching the video, let us try to understand what we have learned today. What does the soil look like in each step of its formation? Like we had gone through 4 different pictures. So what is that looking like? In the first place, you had seen that the soil, it is looking like a big rocks. Now after that, you can see the breakdown of the big rocks into smaller particles. At the last stage, you even can see the soil is so fine and it is composed of organic matter in it. Okay, so now how the soil is formed? You know what are the different factors that are helpful in the soil formation? Soil is formed by a process that is called your weathering, where due to your sun heat, rain, snowfall, wind action and animal action, the big rocks are broken down into smaller pieces. And after that, due to the decomposition of organic matter in the soil layers, soil is becoming fertile. Now, how is the soil at the top? It is different from the soil at the bottom. The last picture, when you will see, the soil at the top, it is the finite soil that is present there. And the soil at the bottom, it is having the big parental rock materials. Okay, so now let us open our worksheet, children. In worksheet, page number 17, composition and formation of soil, if you will see, the first question, that is, tick the factors that help to break down rocks and cross out those that do not. There are 5 different factors that are given to you. So out of these 5 different factors, tick those factors that are help to break down the rocks. Like factors like your wind, heavy rainfall, sunlight. These are the 3 different factors that are helping to break down the rocks. Factors like overgrazing and soil pollution, they are not helping the soil formation. So you have to keep into mark over there. Let us move to the next question. Look at the picture and answer the questions. So there are 4 different pictures were given. Now they are asking questions based on it. The first question, name the process by which soil formation takes place. So name the process. Of course, it is your weathering. Weathering, it is the process by which the soil formation, it is taking place. So now let us move to the next question. Write the steps in the formation of soil, in the process of soil formation. So there are several steps are there. Like in the first step, the heavier rocks will break down. Yes, due to rain, heat or some other processes, the heavier rocks, they will break down. Then moves to these big rocks, they will try to settle down at the bottom. Now in the third picture, you can see that formation of organic matter. And now at the fourth picture, you can see that now different layers of soil is formed, which is good for the plant growth. Okay children, there are 4 different steps where due to the action of heat, sunlight, all those things, at first the heavier rocks will start breaking, then followed by settling of the heavier rocks at the bottom, then followed by formation of organic matter, and then followed by the seeping of water and growing of plants in the soil. Now let us move to the next question. In this question, which layer of soil will have the finer soil particles, the soil on the top or at the bottom? Why? So they're asking which layer of the soil have the finer soil particles. Definitely the soil at the top layer have the finer soil particles because it is getting decomposed by the organic matter, and all the big rocks, the parent materials, are slowly settling down at the bottom while the soil formation. Okay children, so now after this workbook, now let us go with the practice questions which are there in your textbook, page number 27. So in these practice questions, the first question, if you will see, circle the components that make up soil. So what are the different components that are making up soil? One is particles like sand and clay, organic matter, water. Yes. Now the second one, write one way in which soil is useful for plants, farmers and potters. So for plants, soil is helpful to hold for plants, soil, it is helpful to fix the roots firmly in them and hold them tightly. When it comes to farmers, this soil, it is helpful for agriculture purpose, and when it comes to potters, it is used to make the potteries. Okay. Now how are the factors like sun and rainfall useful during the formation of soil? They are very much useful. Due to heavy heat of the sun, the big parental materials will break down, and due to rainfall also, the big parental materials, the parental rock, it will break down into smaller particles. Okay. Now the third question, in which layer of the soil will plants grow? Top layer or a bottom layer? So definitely in the top layer, the plants will grow because the top layer is the fertile layer which is richly with the organic matter and helpful to grow the plants. Okay children, after listening this video, complete the worksheet part and the practice questions from page number 27 and read the content book from page number 26 and 27. Thank you so much.